Haruki!
Nice. Very nice, dude.
I got the level up special powers on that shit.
He's gonna say that shit's turned up.
Rockin' them Duke House.
I like it like that. I like it like that, and I like it like that.
Guess who's back? Back again. That's right. What's up, Weller?
What's up? Ooh.
Are you hearing that music? You can hear it, huh? It's alright, hold on. We'll keep it going. Hold on a second. God, turn it down!
Frasier.
Yeah, man, that's it. We're getting a new studio. New studio, new labeling, new branding, all that shit, dude.
What's going on, Calvin?
Shit, chilling, man. Happy to get you back, man. DG did a pretty good show last week.
Oh, he did a great show, dude. Now, like you said, he has a fucking radio voice.
Dude, he does. He's like fucking... Should be on the radio, dude, like a DJ.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, Bernie got the same kind of voice. Like, they got a deep voice, man. I just don't have that transition to a deep voice.
You got a good voice.
No, dude.
You do.
Not a radio voice.
I got a fucking irritating, like, mosquito voice. Like, fuck, this guy's fucking irritating as fuck.
Yeah, but some people like that, dude. You know? All the mosquito folks out there, dude.
Fuck them.
Fuck it. Let's say our what's ups, dude. What's up to Julie Cates Pruitt? What's up to Chris Montero and his roommate Zane Nemo? What's up to David Thomas? What's up to Nancy Selman? What's up to Frank Malfi? Patricia Jean, got you a shirt this week. Thank you. What's up to Vicky Ramos? Jeremy Hawker. What's up to Corey Carver? And what's up to Butch Caves? And we got 16 new subscribers last week, dude. So what's up to all you fools? Thank you for checking us out. And we got a happy birthday special guest shout out this week. It goes to the co-owner of Twisted Pizza of Des Moines, Iowa. Galt kid all the way through and through, right? All the way to high school, right? Pop, lock, and drop champion. 16 and under division championships for the Stockton Fairgrounds. He was a dance extra in the movies Beat Street, Breaking 1 and 2, and the movie Legend. Of course, we're talking about Charles Lane.
The fucking... The Pop Lock Lane. I think he still wears his hat sideways, bro.
I'm pretty sure he came up with the fucking vibrating pop, lock, and drop, dude.
Yeah.
Like, people just would start pop, lock, and drop, but he started the vibrating shit.
He might be one of the first Jewish
was he Jewish, dude? Are you sure?
He was Jewish.
Oh, yeah? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, he did have a yarmulke, huh?
Yeah. Remember he came to school?
He was rocking it, yeah.
That's cool.
What's up to that boy, dude? Miss you, man.
He said, I miss you.
I miss you.
You miss him from what?
He's been on my life for like 25 years now. It's 27
Do you really miss people? Do you really miss people? Like, our this is what we have. It's funny because you always go back to good old days. Everybody will say, oh, good old days. But during those days, it was like those old people would say the good old days. Like, the days weren't that good if you really remember it correctly. It wasn't really the good old days.
Dude, no, I think, yeah, because when we grew up in like the 80s, 90s, the good old days was like the 50s, 60s.
But I would say the 90s was the last great generation.
I don't know, man. I mean, getting away with shit now, like, we roll into that first topic, dude, about information, right? Too much information.
Oh, out of your hands? That's what we were talking about, going to movies, right? Going to movies, like, it doesn't seem that exciting like as it was when you were a kid. Because when you were a kid, you had like 5 TV channels. You had to go to the video store to rent a movie. You only got 2 or 3. And but now all these things are at your fingertips. All the movies are at your fingertips. So to go see a movie, you're like, I'll just go home and watch 20 movies on Netflix tonight. And it's just at your disposal. So the excitement, I don't think, is there anymore. Unless it's a big film. Like, I just went and watched John Wick 3. And you have to, or Star Wars, something that you're into to really, for me to go out and watch a movie.
Well, think about it, man, because like you used to get the family together, you go grocery shopping or whatever, and then you'd pick up a movie at Blockbuster or Hollywood
or supermarket,
or
they'd have the
fucking-
little
yeah.
that little section. You have a little section.
Delta Valley Video or fucking Galt headquarters.
But you
shit
get like
that.
2 or 3 videos to watch for the weekend, right?
Well, yeah, because your mom and dad get one that they'd watch, and then you get
little
one for the
sex in it.
kids. Yeah, a little sex or something. Or they go into the back room where they did have the sex videos and shit. But yeah, that used to be a big thing, man. You get the popcorn and fucking sit down as a family and watch a movie and shit. Because it was a building up in anticipation of doing this thing together.
I remember the first one I've ever seen on video. You know, it was a big event. Werewolf in London.
American Werewolf
Wolf in London.
Yeah.
That was the first video I ever
It's
seen.
still a good movie, dude.
Yeah, that was I was like, oh, we're gonna watch a movie at home. This is so cool.
Yeah, no commercials.
But those days are gone because, like you said, the information at our fingertips. You can watch and see anything, anytime.
I remember, and I know Granny Sam was watching this, but I remember she used to party and shit because she was like, my mom was 15, so when I was 5, she was 20. When I was 6, she was 21, dude. Mm-mm. But I remember we were staying at a hotel or motel at the time, and she went and rented a VCR, and she rented.
'Cause you could rent them.
Yeah, she rented the VCR, and then we had 2 movies. It was Dumbo and Poltergeist. Me and my brother, dude, we're like fucking 7 or 8 years old. We watched Dumbo. We're all happy and shit. We watched Poltergeist. We're fucking scared out of our fucking mind, dude.
Yeah.
And then I made it tell my brother. I said, hey, if we watch this again and again, then it's not going to be as scary. But it was. Every time we watched it was scarier.
Yeah. I remember Betamax.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Beta, dude. But you're right, man. That's what I was wanting to get into about the truth, too. Like, if you... with information the way it is now, what is the truth? Because you see, there are television stations that are just fucking lying to you. They're not telling you the truth about shit, right?
Like, what do you mean? Like reality TV, kind of?
No, like news outlets, dude. Like CNN, right?
Oh, yeah.
They've been given the whole collusion and promised us the fucking obstruction, like Trump's going to jail or he's going to get impeached and shit, but it didn't happen.
Well,
then if you watch Fox, it's the completely
there's so much
opposite,
information out there, like as far as news too, that you could find anything to fit your narrative, right? Anything. Everything will fit your narrative. So if you are opposed Trump or you like Trump or you're fucking whatever you want, you could find a news outlet that will fit your narrative, and they'll have something that's completely opposite somewhere else. So. You don't know. Nobody knows what the truth anymore, and people will repost it as the truth.
Do you think you get an unbiased opinion though? That's
No.
what I mean. Everything you look up has
No.
a biased opinion.
Right.
Like the Disney guy just came out and said they're not gonna fucking film Disney movies in Georgia anymore because they got the heartbeat bill passed.
Mm-hmm.
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? They're taking a stance on that, but you're filming movies in fucking Egypt and Iraq and shit where if you're fucking gay, they put you to death. You'll film movies there, but because of this abortion shit, dude, you're not going to film in Georgia?
The hypocrisies of the world, dude. That's the hypocrisy of the world we live in.
Netflix did the same thing, dude. They're filming movies in China and shit, dude. And China, dude, they put like 1 million Muslims in concentration camps. You know that shit's going on right now?
No, I believe it.
In China, they rounded up all these Muslims. They got them in camps and shit, dude.
The hypocrisy of everything. The hypocrisy of liberals, the hypocrisy of Republicans, conservatives. The hypocrisy is hypocrisy of everything. You know, you and if you really know your shit and you listen to somebody, you can find holes in everything that they say and say like, no, that's well, what about this?
But you used to watch the news to get informed, to find, to get.
And you kind of base some of it. I mean, you can never take someone's opinion out of it, but then you could kind of form your own opinion.
But I think that's if they really had a channel that was just unbiased, it just told you the flat out truth. Like
I don't think that's
you remember Good Morning Vietnam?
Yeah,
you remember that movie?
Mm-hmm.
So he was like that, shock jock they called him, but all he was doing was telling the fucking truth.
Mm-hmm.
You're ugly. Okay, you're fucking ugly. He told him the truth.
But when people do tell the truth, other people who oppose that opinion will say it's false, fake news, or it's not true.
Yeah.
Or they'll give you partial truth. Like if people don't believe in it, they won't believe it, dude.
No,
it doesn't matter.
They try to bend. That's it. Like you can have your own opinion, but you can't have your own facts. Facts should be the facts, right? And it just doesn't seem like we're getting the facts.
But
on
we
anything.
do live in a gray world. The world is gray. It's not black and white. It's gray, and there is nobody. And now we were talking about before about the Republicans and Democrats, is that there nobody with real sense will follow in the gray. I was telling you I listened to Charlemagne, and he was talking about he went to Capitol Hill, and we sit here and we fight, and Republicans call fucking Democrats socialists, and Democrats call Republican racist, and we sit here and we'll lose family members, friends, and we'll fucking just sit there. We won't talk to people for a while over politics. And meanwhile, he said he went to Capitol Hill, and all these same people are going out to eat together. They're having lunch together, dinner together. Their families go on vacation together. The people that you see in the news that you think that are opposed to each other, they're hanging out together. Yeah, they're laughing at us. We're idiots.
Tucker Carlson's kicking it with Don Lemon. Wolf Blitzer's kicking it with fucking Hannity.
It actually what they said was even more before Newt Gingrich came in, and he had kind of created more divide because he took away some days where they actually had to interact. He made a law that they couldn't be there those days or something. Somebody was explaining to me, but even so, they still hang out together. They're still friends. They still do functions together. And meanwhile, we sit here and we'll call each other fucking idiots and shit online on Facebook, and you're a socialist. And meanwhile, these guys are laughing at us. They're laughing at us, dude.
And and like I was telling you, man, that's what Trump was. He wasn't invited to the party. He wasn't part of the club. He wasn't in the group. He don't live in the Beltway, because all them Beltway people, from the broadcasters to the reporters to the senators to the congressmen, they're all in this fucking Beltway bubble, dude. And you know what? If you go there, it's one of the most beautiful places in America, dude, because all the streets are fucking clean. There's no fucking homeless problem. They got nothing with immigration going on there, right?
A lot less population, though.
Yeah, because you look at what they say, the AOC, right? She tried to get a place over there, an apartment, and it was like fucking $5,000 a month or something crazy like that for the apartment, right?
That's what it is in the Bay Area.
Yeah, so she's like, how am I supposed to afford this, And then she's not thinking like, well, you need fucking rub elbows with the fucking guys from Chevron, or you need to rub elbows with the guys from
and
the
they get you a free apartment, and they get you a free house, and yeah.
She was complaining about having to buy a new dress or that kind of shit, her clothing and stuff.
And these politicians have been doing this for 40, 50 years, and they're just so embedded in this. And that's what we were talking about. They're buddies, they're friends, they make money together. And meanwhile, the public is so divided amongst this fucking thing, and we can't see. We have to find more commonality. Like when you see a Democrat, you say, oh, you're a fucking socialist, and you don't. Well, they might agree on some fucking shit with you. They might not agree on abortion, but they agree with 5 other things that they agree. Oh, financially, we believe in less taxes. Like, that's why I think most of people will eventually become independent. People who are free thinkers will become more independent.
Well, see, and that's the thing. You don't have a heart. You don't have a... I'm not saying you don't have a heart. You don't have a fucking... a real hardcore belief on the abortion thing, right? So that does drive certain people, right? Whether it's pro-choice or pro-life.
But you talked about it before. You said one
issue voters.
One issue voters.
Yeah.
Like, dude, life is so vast. Like, there's so many things going on that you don't have to agree on. You're not going to agree on everything.
I know,
you can still
100%.
be friends, and you can still interact with people without getting angry about politics or religion or.
No, I mean, but if you put it in simple terms, just like on the abortion thing, like I'm for life. I want, regardless of what they are, it's life. Let the babies live, right? And you want to kill babies, so. It's fine if you want to kill babies, dude. You know what I mean?
That's how it's worded. Where people are like,
no, it's the truth.
Oppose, and
you're a baby killer. That's fine.
But that's how people think, dude. That's how people think, and that's why it separates people. My cousin Tony came up to me during that thing, the graduation party, and she was like, "Hey, I like what you guys are saying. Like, I don't agree with you, but I like that you guys voice your opinion and shit." And she's really into her religion. Yeah, those are the people that. Should be
she thanked me at the same part. She's like, "Thank you for fucking working on God's side and making it."
But I like that. I talked to my brother, so we fight so much about shit. But his friend came by the other day, and he's like, "I don't agree with most of what you're saying," but he goes, "At least you have a valid opinion, or I can see where you're coming from." Like, I like people like that are not so close-minded. It's like, this is it, that's it, we're fucking blocked in. Then I don't want to be around those people. I don't want to be around those people because then they're like, well, nope, that's it. This is it. This is the box. You're outside the box. You're a fucking idiot.
Well,
what?
you know what?
I just choose not to be around you then.
But part of it is too, like I was talking to your brother, Josh. I was talking to Josh about it. Is people have boxes, right? And sometimes they feel like, oh, well, fucking my box is full. I've learned everything I need to learn about this. I don't need to learn anything else. I don't need your opinion because I'm good with my box and what I got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Where I think my box is just maybe a little bit bigger and it's not full. And I'm waiting for more shit to fill it up.
Well, you think you know everything and you think you got it all figured out till someone says something that if you're open-minded, you'll be like, oh, shit. Like when I was arguing with my brother.
Are you really open-minded, though? Like, have you really changed your point of view on what? What have you really changed your point of view on the last year?
On the last year?
Yeah.
I've changed my mind on... Man, I'm just talking here every day has changed my mind about a lot of things.
We get that every week. We get to do something like that every week.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at things. And sometimes I'll be stubborn. I know I'm stubborn about shit. And then I'll just be like, yeah, but... Because I'll find myself arguing the other point with people who are really liberal. Like you guys say I'm liberal because I just like compassionate towards people. But who are really politically liberal... I'll find myself arguing the other side of that. I'll be like, oh, wait a second now. Let's think about the economic side of it. I always find myself arguing I guess you would say the more conservative side. Most people that...
Or the middle.
People who really, really know, like people, they'll think I'm more conservative. But
yeah.
My friends stuff think I'm liberal because I'm like, oh, fucking, let's help people. They're like, oh, fucking liberal. You know what? I'm fucking liberal. I fucking hate you. We're like, okay, whatever. Well,
even with somebody that's on the left or the right, if you're in the middle, you're still arguing the point because you're in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my thing on it is like abortion, right? I kind of changed my mind the last year on it. Like I didn't really care, you know. I mean, I was like, it's not gonna affect me. It's not part of my life. Well, you know, that kind of stuff. But I heard one guy talk, and then the rape victims and the people that had the babies after, you know, traumatic events and shit. I heard them talk and how happy they are to have this kid in their life or to have grandchildren from that kid in their life now and that kind of stuff. And then it kind of got to me where. I'm still not at the point of conception, like you bang and then it starts, you know.
You were saying something last time about the heartbeat, right?
Yeah, I think I'm down with the heartbeat.
And they were saying that when I listened to that Dr. Oz video, he was saying that that's a misconception. The heartbeat is not at 6 weeks. That's an electronic fluctuation. He goes, the heartbeat is much later. So
yeah, but that's Dr. Oz too. I mean, that's like...
I mean, well, he said that the doctor's consensus on that. Yeah. Right? We talk about what we know. We don't know shit. We don't know fucking real life shit.
Just because he's got a TV show doesn't mean he fucking knows more than me, dude. I'll battle a Dr. Oz on anything he wants to go at. That's an open invitation, Dr. Oz.
It's not pro-life. It's pro-choice. It's like, it's not... I don't agree with abortion. And no matter how many times I say it, people will say, oh, yeah, you're for killing. No, I'm for a person's right to... God gave you a right to choose. America gave you a right to freedom of choice. They gave you a right to choose. You choose it. You live with the consequences. I personally wouldn't have it. I wouldn't suggest for it. But that's your life. You have to choose. I mean, there's a lot of things that I think are wrong, but you have the right to choose that.
Well, look at this. This is the same way that the lefties attack the Second Amendment and guns, right? So they can't ever get rid of guns. So what they're doing now is putting restrictions on ammunition and how much you can buy, and you have to be cleared to get ammunition and shit. So they're taking the source of, not the source of the gun, but the thing that causes the problem away. So that's what they're doing in all these other states is they're not taking abortion away. They're taking the doctors away that provide the abortions, right? So the right's taking a page from the left and they're attacking a problem the same way. They're starting to get a dose of their own medicine on both sides now.
Yeah, I don't know.
It makes it an interesting conversation, but it still breaks down to like either you want to kill babies or you don't.
And some people get heated about. I mean, well, I would say a lot of people get heated about it. Where like you could say that, and it'll be like, oh, okay, whatever, phrase, whatever. I'm still right. Allow someone to choose. And it doesn't affect me. We're like, you know what? I'm going to get my car and leave right now. Yeah, I can't believe it. But I argue with people like that who say, no, see what happens is... And I'm like, whoa.
It's because you're not all in.
Why are you invested so much in this, dude? Then if you don't want abortion, then don't have one, motherfucker.
Yeah, but that's what it is you're not all in on it. Some people are all in, man. Like I said, they're one-issue voters.
But how are you trying to control somebody who's saying... and you could give different aspects. You get the legal aspect, the fucking religious aspect. You can go different aspects. But how are you so invested on controlling this person, like, especially religion part, where like, no, you're going to hell. Okay, well... You've done stuff in your past. You've asked redemption for it. So there is no redemption for abortion? I don't understand. I'm trying to understand. Thou shalt not kill. That means no death penalty? But the church supports the death penalty, correct? The religious right? But they're saying, well, but that guy committed a crime. But death is death. Well, now you're fitting your narrative. Now you're saying, well, that's not the interpretation. The interpretation is like, wait, whoa. That's why when I got in an argument with my brother, I was like, he goes, no, there's one interpretation. I said, okay, this is where I got him at. I said, there's one interpretation. So why do you have Pentecostal? Why do you have Baptist? Why do you have Catholic? Why do you have Jewish? Why do you have what? So okay, wait, I didn't think about that. Oh, you didn't. That's why there's different interpretations because it doesn't fit your narrative. You know, live your life and let people live their own fucking life.
You know, and that's just it. People like to overstep their boundaries, or they think like, fucking, I got the new shit. I got the information. I need to give it to you. Yeah. If you don't accept it, I'm going to try to give it to you again. But that's where it is, man. People need to let other people be. Now, if I come to you and I say, hey, Weller, what's up? You going to church, man? Oh, yeah. What church you go to? Well, that sounds interesting. You mind if I come with you?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a different approach than me saying, hey, Weller, fuck you. I'm not going to church with you. I don't believe in that shit. You know what I mean?
And I find that with my brother a lot. It was when we were arguing about, like, he's like, well, you're not living correctly. I said, okay, hold on a second. I take care of my family. I go to work. I don't fucking lie or cheat or steal. I'm honest with my kids. I'm like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But now you're finding flaws somewhere else. Now you're like, okay, well, you drink, and I heard you swear too much. Okay, let me be more perfect then. Okay, like, dude, you're pushing people away. You're pushing people away, and that's the same with the coming back of Christ, right? I've
resurrection.
I've heard that since I was a kid. Like, he's coming. This is the end of times. This is the end of times. This is the end of times. I've heard that for so long. Is that when it doesn't happen, you push people away. You're like, wait a second now. This hasn't happened. Now, what's going on here? Like, stop saying that. We don't know.
Yeah, like the year 2000, right? That was a big push. But I remember this. I was working at McDonald's, so it must have been like fucking, I don't know, 89. And your dad came in. I was on my break. I remember I was eating some chicken and I'm talking to your dad, right? And he's telling me that, you know, that it's the end of times. Yeah. That the Lord's coming. I need to find salvation, get right with Christ, and this and that. But I remember that, and that was like, what, fucking 30 years ago, dude?
And that's fine. You need to find salvation. You need to get good. That's fine. But don't use the end of times as a scare tactic to bring people into your faith, because that doesn't last. Because that's what happens with cults.
We're bleeding into another. We're going to bleed into another topic.
Let's bleed, motherfucker.
Go ahead and close that one out.
Let's bleed, bitch.
Let's get into something
Get out
else.
The way. Move, bitch. Get out the way.
How about seats, dude? We're going to seats.
Seats?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like when you go to a fucking game, or you go to a concert, or you go to
you just jumped somewhere else.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to get off that topic a little bit. But, right? I mean, we're there now where we're like, fuck it, if we're going, we're buying good seats.
Yeah, you don't have to go to every single fucking game, but when you go somewhere, like, it's okay. Okay, like, you go to, say, Great America, right?
Yeah. Go
there and enjoy the whole thing. And if you can't, then don't go. Like, go there and enjoy going on the rides, eating there.
Funnel cakes.
Yeah, that's what I always get, a funnel cake, right? Even if I don't eat it all. Like, don't make sandwiches to save $12 to go out to the car, or when you go to a game, don't buy nosebleed seats just to go to the game when you could just spend an extra $100 and go down and enjoy the game.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Go to less games. Right?
You know, this reminds me too, like, we went to Garth Brooks a few years ago, and we bought fucking...
Garth Brooks?
Yeah, my wife and her friends, and I don't mind, that's still not country music to me, but it's still more country than today's country. Today's country to me is like pop.
Rascal Flatts.
Yeah, like...
Going about... Who's that? Alan Jackson.
But we ended up paying top dollar for some fucking Garth Brooks seats. Now, they had seats up here, right here, like this, right? Mm-hmm. So it was me and my wife, her and her friend. So after a couple songs, I said, hey, why don't you go get Tammy? You can come down here and you guys sit here, and I'll go up there with Jared, you know, and we'll kick it. Girls and guys and that kind of stuff. So we did it both ways. And I got to see the difference, man. And we're talking like maybe $80 a ticket difference for the price of where we're sitting up here as to down here.
Yeah, enjoy it. Get the full experience.
Completely different show, man.
Right.
Completely
It's
different
like
show.
watching the basketball game. Going to a basketball game and sitting in lower level compared to sitting up there, it's like, then just don't go. Like, I would rather watch it on TV than sit way up there, right?
That's what I'm saying, because you got the drive there. You got the fucking parking, right? Mm-hmm. You got to worry about how much beers you can drink because you got to fucking drive home and shit, right?
Right, all that stuff.
Or if you're at home, you can fucking get up and take a shit in your toilet.
That's how I feel about football games, because I would always get people offering me Raider tickets. And I'm like, am I driving all the way to Oakland, gonna fucking my whole day and go? I mean, everybody enjoys things differently. Like for me, the Sac Kings, I live in Sacramento, so it's 10 minutes away. I can go to a game, but I'm not going to go to a bunch of games where I'm sitting way up there. I could just sit at home and watch it. But if I'm going to enjoy it, I want to sit lower level, have a beer, relax, enjoy like right there being at the game. Otherwise, I might as well just watch it at home. But that's how I feel about going to like amusement parks or anything. Like if you're gonna go and enjoy it yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Like we always buy the fast pass or the extra shit so we can cut in line or get up there. It's worth it to do that. And if we're going as boys, right, we're gonna sit in the good spots. But if I'm taking a bunch of kids, that's a more reason why you should sit in the front. Don't take your kids and sit up there at the top, because it's not really cool to the kids either. The other thing is money, right? Everybody's got different money.
Right.
So that puts an emphasis on the seating thing. But I don't want to fucking drive all the way to Oakland Coliseum or the fucking Giants game, pay $15 for bleacher seats or something.
Are you really enjoying yourself that much? Like, I need to want to go out and enjoy it. They got to experience that. But like I said, just go less times.
But I think some people just like to say, yeah, I was at the game, or I went to the game last night. Did you really? I mean, were you really at the game?
Were you really at the game?
Yeah, I mean,
you were just almost as far away as I was watching it from my TV.
Yeah.
And you still have to pay the same for parking as everybody else. As the guy sitting in the lower level, you still paid for a hot dog and beer the same price as somebody paid for the lower level. Yep. You're not paying any cheaper. So why not go twice instead of 10 times and enjoy it? Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. I agree.
No, I know, because I was giving you an example. We went to the Prince concert in Oakland, right? So I looked at floor seats and shit, dude, and they were like fucking $1,500 a piece. Close up to where he was around the carpet and all that shit, because he played on a carpet. It was like $7,000, dude.
Wow.
Now that's not my kind of money. I can't fucking do that, dude. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, well, we'll sit second tier, but we'll be right on the front, so we're hanging over the tier looking. And it was actually really good, but still, those seats were like fucking $850 a piece, dude.
Yeah, well, and then like I was telling you, we're going to the MC Hammer concert next Saturday. Like, and I didn't even know where the tickets were, and I said, "So Sarah, let me see the tickets," and they were general admit, so they're up in the bleachers. And I'm thinking, I would like to go, but if I was gonna go, I would have just fucking gave those tickets away and bought seats down lower.
That's what I'm saying.
Just so I can enjoy the show more, because way up there you're gonna be like, "Oh, that's cool. You're gonna be back here, yeah," and everybody up there is gonna be enjoying the show. Like when me and DG and Firefinger went to Bill Burr, we had pretty good seats. Yeah. Like, that was fun because you're right there. You're seeing the comedian. If you're that far away, you're really not going to have that good of experience, right? I mean, I agree. Go there and pay, enjoy it. If you can't, then don't go. Save your money.
Well, like when we were younger, I couldn't go see Hall & Oates. I couldn't go see fucking Michael McDonald or some of these people I've seen in the last couple of years because I couldn't afford to go.
Right.
But now that I'm older, I can afford to go see these guys, even though they're probably past their prime. It's still a good fucking venue. And
oh yeah, dude, I went to watch SOS Band. They still sound like just the record.
They're fucking bad.
They're
dude.
Badass, dude.
I seen D'Angelo do an SOS cover band song, dude.
Did you?
Oh, D'Angelo's bad too, dude.
He's badass.
Oh fuck yeah. But Michael McDonald, dude, we went and seen him, and I mean,
I keep forgetting I'm in love with you. No. I keep forgetting things will never be the same again.
That's right. So I'm not shitting you. From here to the closet, that's exactly where fucking we were that far away, dude. I mean, if this guy farted, we could see it. The tickets were like $150, dude. I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah.
That fucking close, and that's what I like about these guys. So you're getting older, going to the small venues, like, well, we were at the Crest. That's where we were at.
Crest Theater.
Yeah, and it was fucking badass, dude. David Blaine, there's another one. Third row seats, David Blaine. You're going to see some shit like that. You want to be fucking right here. Because if you're sitting so far away that you got to see it on the screen,
you might as well be at home.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
When I seen
Journey, because you're paying all that money. You're paying to drive up there. You're paying to park. You're paying for food.
Yeah, we went and seen Journey and Foreigner on Mountain View. And Mountain View, that's what it is. You're on a fucking mountain. That's what you got, a mountain view. You're sitting on the fucking grass no matter where you're at.
Yeah, we went and seen him at a private concert in Lodi at the fucking Hutchins Square. It was probably like 300 people or maybe
With Journey?
Yeah.
Oh, that's badass.
But it was a function that our company bought a table. They were like $10,000 tables, right?
Yeah.
So they bought a table that we got tickets to. So you get a private fucking concert. It was pretty badass.
Was it Steve Perry or the Asian guy?
Asian guy.
Asian guy's good.
He's
dude.
badass, dude. He sounds just like him.
Dude, he's good. Dude.
Yeah, and we went and watched Leonard Skinner, the
with Bulldog. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool too. Yeah, you're gonna go enjoy yourself, pay the extra money.
That's all I'm saying, man. I mean, that's my own opinion. That's your opinion, because I know some people just want to go and they can't afford this or that. But this is my thing on that. Like we were talking earlier, right? The wife says she wants to go to Hawaii. I said, okay, we'll go to Hawaii. The next year, we'll go to Hawaii. Mm-hmm. But let's fucking plan that shit out. You know, we'll save up the money so when we go to Hawaii, we'll have a good fucking time. We're not gonna fucking barely scrimp by and fucking go eat sandwiches at the beach.
See, I'm not as structured like that. I'm not as disciplined like that. But when we went to Hawaii, and even then I was like, fuck, we're spending way too much money. But fuck it. We went out to breakfast, out to dinner, out to lunch. We went out with like, get what we want. Fuck it. If we're going to be broke, we're going to be broke. Fuck it. Like, I'm like, let's just have fun. I'm not going to go here and figure out, like, let me save extra $500 so we don't have to. Let's make sandwiches and then take them. No, fuck that. Let's just be broke.
Here's the problem with that. So, like, when we did the Disneyland trip, there was 11 of us, right? Mm-hmm. So I learned the very first time we went to dinner, it was $500.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, that's the first night. So we go to breakfast the next morning. It's like $350. I'm like, oh fuck, this is gonna be a lot more expensive than I thought.
Because you were paying for everything.
Well, no, we were splitting it. Like, I'll pick this up, you pick that up. You pick. But basically, every day I was spending $400 to $500 on just food, buying one meal for 10 or 11 people. So it's a different scenario, and I think that when we go to Hawaii, we're probably gonna rent a house.
Yeah.
And just go grocery shopping, come and do that kind of shit. But we're going to go eat some places. But no way. I see the other side of it. No way can I spend $500 on fucking dinner.
I'm buying dinner for 3. I'm not buying dinner for 11. That's a little bit different there. And then you have to figure out what's your budget. But
well, yeah, and with adults, here's the thing too. Like, kids is different. You got sodas, right? Mm-hmm. $2, $3, whatever soda is. Adults, one drink, $7, $10. They have 4 or 5 drinks, $50.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And it adds up quick. But like on the seat thing, man, I'm fucking all in. Buy the best seat available, dude. Like movies too.
Well, not even the best seat. Just, I mean, a good seat. Like, you don't have to buy floor seats at $1,500. You could buy lower level, midsection for $200.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Because everybody's got different money, but for your money, I'm gonna get the best I can. Another one, UFC, right? We got seats at the Cow Palace. Me and my son, his 13th birthday. We're like 3 from the cage. 3 people, right? You know who's sitting behind me?
Who?
Chuck Liddell.
Oh, really?
He's like, how the fuck you get seats better than me, dude? I was like, I want more fights, dude.
Did you tell him because Fellas 92 sponsored your trip?
It wasn't even in there. But it was a trip because he's behind us and my son's fucking, Chuck Liddell, oh my God, Dad. It was fucking really cool, dude. But it's worth it, man. Totally worth it. The extra money. You're already spending the time. Why not spend the money?
Yeah, I agree.
Go ahead. What do you want, man?
So so we're evolving, right? This is what I was thinking on the way over here. We're evolving as people. We're like being more tolerant towards like homosexuals. We're like
fucking masculinity deal.
Yeah, we're being more tolerant towards, whatever people that we don't normally interact with. We just start to understand people better, and that's good. We're evolving, but during our evolution, I think we're losing what it is to be a man, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Man.
We're losing what it is to be a man. Like, and people have different.
They villainize it. They villainize manhood. Dude.
And manhood is, to me, and this is my interpretation of a man, is somebody who can stand on their own 2 feet, right? Take care of themselves, take care of either their girlfriend or their family. That's a man. Not
their kids.
Not being a tough guy. That's not a man. Like, you could beat up 1,000 fucking people, but at the end of the day, you could not be a man by fucking having kids and not taking care of them. That's not being a man.
Or you still fucking sucking off your parents' tits.
Yes, dude. Yeah, exactly. And I was talking to my daughter, and she was like talking about going on a trip, and then her boyfriend, if he doesn't have enough money, maybe helping him out a little bit, she was gonna help him out. I'm like, what? And in my head, I'm thinking, what are we talking about here? Like, I could never let somebody just pay for me like that. I don't know. I don't know. I just see it like, I think that the new generation, and I always say new generation, but it is how we raise them. Like, I wouldn't let my son not be in charge of their family, like not take care of their family.
Okay, so who you're talking about here is the people that have kids that are like fucking 25. Like I have kids that are 25, 27 years old.
Okay,
right?
yeah, me too.
And here's the difference. When we were kids, it was 18. Like 18, you're a fucking adult. You go live on your own. You get out of the house, get a job, fucking go to school, whatever it is. But you're out of the house and you do your own thing. Mm-hmm. Now, I think that age thing is of like 24 or 25 where these kids are thinking about getting out of the house.
Well, no, that's cool because I understand you want to give your kids the best opportunity to succeed. And like out there now, financially from what you start and what it costs to live is a lot harder than when we went out.
That's just a California thing, though.
And you're right, it's probably just a California thing. And I understand
maybe
that.
New York.
But my thing is that when you do go out, be a man. And I'm talking specifically about boys, about being men. I think we're losing that. Like, I don't know. I just see it like we're being lost. The manhood is being lost. Like, it's okay to be in charge of your family. It's okay to lead your family. It's okay to pay for your own family things. Like, I remember one time we were, when money was tight, like, well, I could borrow some money from. I'm like, no. Well, fucking, I'll make it work. I'll go work side job. But no, like, people don't have that mentality no more. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll just, have someone else help me or get some social program to pay for it. Or
I think that part of that, though, is making women equals. That's part of it. So now it's okay for these guys because they've grown up. They don't got John Wayne. They don't got Charles Bronson. They don't got fucking that kind of role model now. They got guys like fucking... I don't know, Ryan Gosling or, I don't know who today's leading men are, but they don't have those type of I'm going to be the man, don't worry about it, I'm going to handle it, I'm going to put it on my back. No, you don't got to work, stay home, take care of the baby, that kind of shit. It's not like that anymore. Now a woman gets pregnant, she's got, a few weeks and she's back to work taking care of job and the kid, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. They do got some shit now, though, where men get like 6 weeks off.
No, a couple people from work.
Bonding.
Yeah, for family bonding time.
They get paid for that, too?
You have to. It's like unemployment or disability. You apply for it, you get it. There's nothing you can do. You can't say no. You have to accept it. And that's like frustrating part. Sometimes I see that happening at work. Sometimes I'm like, what the fuck? And I understand you want to take a couple days off. Like, say you just had a baby. You want to bring your wife home. You want to get things set up. You want to help her for a couple days. But now the people are taking, 6 to 8 weeks?
Yeah, dude. This is a point in time where your kid is never going to remember that.
No. and like Chris Rock said, and I always think it always holds true to me. It's like, if you can't read, that's your mom's fault. If you can't read because there's no lights in the house, that's your dad's fault. Yeah. Like, that always rings true to me. Like, I always in my head thinking that. Like, that's what a man is. Like,
yeah, but it's changed, bro.
When you have a daughter, you want your daughter to be with a man. Like, I listened to D.L. Hughley, and he was asking about his daughter's boyfriends or her husband's boyfriends. He goes, do you like them? He goes, she's going to be pissed at me, but no. He's like, why? He's like, because whenever she has a problem, she comes to me. Yeah. Like, if she had a real man, she would never come to me.
That's right.
Like, she would always go to her man for those problems. Yeah. Like, whether they're financial or spiritual or mental. Like, you go to your man. That means you have a guy who's taking care of you. If you come to me, they're not with a real man.
No, that's why, I think, like I said, I'm 4 for 4 on raising kids, and I raised independently strong women and men. My kids don't come to me like... Well, I never did it either. I never hit my mom and dad up for like, hey, you got a couple $100 just to help me make it.
But that's okay if you need help. I'm not saying that.
No, but there are habitual. Yeah, people that do that. These kids are continuously leaning on their parents to provide them with the lifestyle they want to live.
And this is my fear for raising a strong female is that she's going to attach herself to a man that's okay.
A weak man.
From weak man for her to take care of him. And then I kind of see, I'm like, because we were talking about it, and she's like, well, how do you know? Like, how do you know it's not right? How do you know? I said, the people around you know, and either they tell you or they don't tell you, and if you listen or don't listen, but everybody around you will know, but most people won't say nothing. I said, I'll tell you, and you could either listen or not listen, but when I meet somebody that you were serious about, I'll know right away, like, this guy's a piece of shit, or this is a good dude. And she was like, well, that's kind of not your, I'll be old enough to do this on my own, so it's not really your place to say that. And I'm like, okay, you're right as far as interjecting your thing, but I'm going to tell you, or you're going to know, I'm going to be like, man, the guy's a piece of shit. Like, well, I have no problem.
You can tell like this. Okay, you go out to dinner, right? You go out to dinner, and you got her and him with you, right?
Yeah.
If he don't reach for the check, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's something he should do right off the bat, is try to reach for the check.
100%, dude. Like, what I told her was, I said, look if you, like you're saying, you're saying, we're going to go on this trip, right, with a bunch of friends. If he didn't have enough that you would cover his costs, right, I would help out. But how are you having enough? Because if you can do it, he can do it. Yeah. Like, you're going to get a temporary job right before your main job starts. You're going to get a job to earn some money to pay for this. So why can't he do the same?
Yeah.
Like, well, I'm not understanding, like, nobody's giving you anything. You're earning everything. So can they. And like you said, if you go out with dinner with him and he doesn't reach for the check, already he has a strike one for me, right? Yeah. Because he didn't come up and meet us, right?
And
there's already a strike one.
Let me throw you something out there for you little players that are fucking dating chicks and you want to meet up with the parents. If you ain't got money to cover the fucking dinner bill, right, when you're going to go meet with you or whatever, invite them over to your house. Cook them a meal, right? So then you got it in your court.
Or if they're coming over to your house, bring something.
Bring some steak. Bring some fucking seafood. Something like that. Don't fucking show up with a potato salad.
That's what I guess that's what I'm trying to say as far as there's no more men left, right? Like you go over and you meet your soon-to-be wife or your girlfriend, somebody you're serious about, their parents. You reach for the bill. You say, right. I got this. No, don't worry about it. I got this. You want to show that you can take care of her, right? That's what you're trying to convey.
Yeah, you want the dad to be able to say, you know what? This guy gets it. This guy understands.
I've had Sarah's...
I don't have to worry about my daughter being with him because he's going to handle shit.
Yes, I've had Sarah's dad, before he passed away, he came up to me and he said, he started crying. He was like, I just could never imagine my daughter being with somebody who's going to take care of her, take care of my grandkids like this. And you're an amazing person. And he was like telling me this, and I'm like, it's a team effort, me and Sarah. I didn't take credit for it, but it felt good that he felt that Sarah, since we've been together, had never went to him for emotional help, for advice, for financial help. She's always come to me, right? So he feels like, man, my daughter and my grandchildren are being taken care of. That's what you want for your daughter, right? I mean, I would think. I mean, I don't know. Her mom came up to me at the graduation party and said the same thing. Man, I always wanted to thank you for you being able to take care of them like this.
I'm going to tell you guys, young players, a little trick too. So here's what I do is, you're getting to the end, and the waitress or waiter can kind of tell you're getting to the end of the meal too, right? Mm-hmm. So I just tell them, I got to go to the bathroom real quick. Well, when I go to the bathroom, I go tell my waiter or waitress, hey, give me that check so I can pick it up. And then when everybody's sitting around, they're like, we don't got a check or whatever. I said, don't worry, it's already paid for. Then they got no move. There's no fucking, I got it. Let me give you half or this. And no, don't worry about it. It's covered.
Yeah.
That's how you take care of that shit.
Yeah, I agree.
You impress the shit out of the mom and the dad.
You go above and beyond. You find something, and if you, like you said, if you can't afford it, well, you have dinner over their house, or you bring something over, or you do something that shows that, hey, I'm making an effort here. I'm not just here sponging off everybody.
You come to the barbecue, bring something to the barbecue. Don't show up with just wanting hands,
Yeah. No, I agree.
You could bring a bottle of wine. You could bring us a 12-pack of nice beer or something like that, right? If they show up with a 12-pack of Keystone Light, you're probably like,
and they drink it themselves?
Yeah. it's just for them. What if a kid showed up and he brings 805s, right? Mm-hmm. Like, all right, this guy probably fucking gets it, right?
And then you don't even drink it. He gives it to you. He's like, here. Or it's something. It's something where you show that you're making an effort, to impress them. But I think that this is what I'm thinking we're talking about is the boys nowadays. I don't think they have that. I don't think they're coming to you trying to impress you. I don't think they care. They're like, oh shit, I found someone to pay for me. Yeah, I got a free meal. You're proud about that. You're happy about that. You shouldn't be proud about that.
I think with anything though, it's just it falls on the parents how they brought them up.
It does.
But it's also society now, because society is everyone's equal. Mm-hmm. Women are equal as men. So if we're equal and you got more money than me, then why shouldn't you pay?
I think that's where we're losing our manhood. I think that's where we're losing our men, our value system. But it's the parents. You know, you have to tell your kid, hey, you're going to your girlfriend's house. You're finally meeting them. Then you better go over there. You better bring something. You better, offer to help, offer to do dishes. If you can't afford anything, which I know a lot of kids are young trying to start out, offer to do the dishes. Yeah. Offer to take out the garbage.
Take the trash out. There's another.
Don't just sit there like a fucking lop on there and just like, oh, where's the plate of food? Can I take a plate of food home? Where's the beer? Asking for everything. See what you can do. Help. Dad's barbecuing. Say, hey, is there anything I can do to help? The mom's in the kitchen. Hey, can I do some of the dishes? Can I cut up some of the vegetables? Something. Make an effort. But I don't think kids nowadays will make any effort.
Be an asset, not a burden.
Yes.
You know.
That's your tagline.
Yeah, you can't fucking get first impressions back. You can't make up for, like, if you fucked up the first time, the second time, then you know what? Do the dishes,
and
do the trash.
The first impression lasts forever. Like I told my daughter, was that the day of her graduation, we're supposed to go out to eat. He was supposed to come meet us, right? And he chickened out. I know what it was. He chickened out, right?
Yeah.
And she brought friends, and it was like, well, he said he had to work, and I mean, did he come over and meet us? Like, okay. That's fine. But you know what? And I told her, I said, that will never leave my mind. If you got married to him and had kids, I will never forget this, that he didn't have the balls to come and meet us. Like, that's chicken shit. That means either he didn't like you as much as he did, or he's not fucking like a strong enough person to come and meet his parents. Like, that will never leave my fucking mind. I will never let it go. Yeah. And that's me. So it.
Hey, maybe part of that is too, man. You gotta fucking grow, man. Let it go, Weller. Let it go, man.
What do we got, Frage?
I don't know. How about okay, we were talking about that, like fucking going to funerals and stuff, right?
Is it a celebration or is it a sad thing?
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. Because when it's a religious type funeral, it's let's say it's a denomination like Catholic funeral, right? They have a pretty well set up and maintained events that are going to go down.
Yeah, it's structured, huh?
Yeah, it's a structured funeral,
and they're long.
What I think to myself every time, because I'm agnostic, I believe in God, but I don't believe in any religion.
Okay.
So when people try to throw at me, well, you know what it says in the Bible, or you know what it says in the Torah, or this is what it says in the Quran, that shit don't fly with me. Okay. So I feel sorry for you that you're putting so much faith in that, but that's where your faith is, right? I'm not trying to convert anybody or say that, but your first initial reaction when somebody dies is you want to cry, right? You are sad. There's just something human about you, and I think animals do it too. Like when they
mourn elephants.
Yeah, they mourn. I've seen it with my dogs too. One of my dogs died, and my other dogs were like nudging on her, and like they were mourning, dude, and so there's a natural process of crying, right? But generally, by the time you get to the funeral, right, you've had a few days to fucking get that over. And some people cry, and some people cry for years or mourn for months and months, dude. But if you have strong faith in God, are you being selfish? Are you crying for yourself because this person's missing or is not going to be around anymore?
100%.
Or is it
1,000%?
Or do you think that, in my case, I'm happy for the dead person? Like, they're a level above me. They're at some place where I'm going to be someday, but they're already there, right?
I think this is where it gets sad, is when people die young. And I think you're, like, mourning the life of that, like, say if it's a child or like a brother or somebody who's young, and you're like, fuck, they didn't get to experience that. Like, you're sad. Like, that bothers you. But I think so much more with people who are older is that you got to celebrate their life. You're going to be like, yes, man, they lived this life. They got to see their grandchildren grow, their great-grandchildren. That's a blessing. Like, yes, like, let's celebrate that. Like, but I think what you're saying is when people, and I think I take it a different way too, is when people are mourning, especially in front of other people, sometimes I think it's for attention for themselves. So people feel sorry for them. So,
yeah, hey, I can see that.
I'm sorry for, I hope everything, you need anything? Do you need any food? And my thing is, I'm like, why do they need something? They didn't die.
Yeah.
And I can see if it's their spouse, like if you, basically depended on each other and one died, yeah, you might need some help. You might not have someone bring you over some food. You're trying to adjust. But in a lot of cases, especially when people are older, I think it's like it should be more of a celebration.
That's what I'm thinking, man. Like, since I'm putting it towards a religious point of view, that's how I'm going at it.
Mm-hmm.
If you truly believe in God, if you have love and faith in God,
Mm-hmm.
well, this person that just died is with God.
In a better place.
If anything, your reaction should be jealousy. You should be jealous that this person got to meet God and is with God.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I agree.
There should, it shouldn't be a sad point there. When you're thinking about where they're at, don't think, oh, well, I don't get to go fishing with them no more. I'm not going to get to see them no more. This and that. Think this motherfucker is kicking in with God.
It's funny you say that because I was talking to somebody at work about this. Is another guy that I know, his girlfriend they're soon engaged. She's going through, her mom passed away probably 20 years ago, right? And they're younger, they're in their 20s. She passed away when she was young. But she's going to counseling over this still 20 plus years later, and it's still affecting her like hard. Like she wants to go to counseling, she wants to feel this is the problem she has in her life because of that. And I feel like it's escape. It's a I don't know. I've lost my mom 15 plus years ago, and me, it's more jealousy. Like, fuck, she didn't get to see my children. She didn't get to, it's a little bit of that, but it's not mourning. It's not like I'm like somebody will make a joke about, hey, your mom's whatever, and I'll be like, my mom's dead, dude. Now I gotta fucking think about it all day. It's more like a joke about it, but I am selfish where I'm like, fuck, she didn't get to meet Sarah. She didn't get to meet my kids. She didn't get to meet them. I'm a little selfish like that.
No, like when I say your mom gave me herpes.
Yeah, I'll be like, dude, my mom's dead. Yeah. But I'm sad that she didn't get to do this stuff. Like, I'm sad, but I know she's in a better place. I'm not gonna. My life doesn't go down, and like I'm not in a depressed state because she passed away 15 plus years ago. Like, I gotta move on from it. Like, she's in a better place. You know, I wish she could still be here, but oh well, we all die. That's my mentality on a lot of this. I don't see sitting there and wasting your life mourning day after day after day when God gave you this life, and you're being selfish also because God given you life. He took her away or him away, and you're not even enjoying the life he gave you. You're mourning this person that's gone.
Well, I think part of it too, like you watch any show, 600-Pound Life, Intervention, something where people are dealing with some negative thing that happened in their past, right? Mm-hmm. You're able to turn the page and go on with life. Some people get stuck on that page, man, and it's their go-to. It's their excuse for when shit are bad, right? Like, I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I went to a graduation party. One of my good friends, I've known her, I don't know. I'm going to say she's one of my good friends because we don't talk. We just see each other and what's up, you know. But her husband passed away 2 years ago. And she showed up with a new guy yesterday. I never met him. He's a real nice guy and stuff. He was actually saying how close everybody was. And I was like, yeah, man, we all grew up together. It's been like 40 years. We've been going to school and seeing these people, and they've been part of our life for like 40 years. So everybody's like family, man. Mm-hmm. And even when new people like him come into the fray, it's like, man, you're in. This is family. You know, these people, you can count on all these people. If you really need something or you need help, these are the people right here that will help you out, right? But seeing that transition, because she's at her husband's brother's house, the one that died, and seeing all the other people accept him, right? So it took her a couple years to get back on track and start dating and actually seeing stuff.
Because she's fairly young.
Yeah. She's in her 40s, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, I was thinking to myself, because I was good friends with her husband, and I was like, you know, he's probably in heaven looking down on this, and if anything, he's happy for her. Mm-hmm. That she has turned on and is starting to live her life again now, you know, because what is he doing? He's kicking in with God.
Yeah.
He's probably building planets or doing some crazy shit, you know? I mean, I don't know, man. You know what I mean?
Like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean,
no, yeah, I got it.
That's what I plan on doing when I die, dude. I'm going to build planets, okay. Galaxies. You know, I read this in my daily devotional book for, like, rehab and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So I read this the other day, and it says, there is a one who planets and galaxies roll through his fingers like beads. And, you know, God, mm-hmm. And I was like, fuck, I never... Just so infinite. Think how big God is that little planets and galaxies are just rolling through his fingers. Dude, it was fucking pretty awesome. But, you know, you're mourning with your mom. You've obviously got to a point where it was sad and stuff, but you accepted it. and you've started to go on with
You
your
have
life.
to. What are you going to do?
I think some people get stuck, man. They're stuck on that fucking... You've seen the movies where people live the same day like Groundhog Day. He lives the same day over and over and over and over again,
And this is where I don't know, and our good friend could probably speak more on it better, is that if you lost a child, that would be hard. That would be hard to
It ain't right. You ain't supposed to die.
Yeah, that would be hard. Now, I'm not going to speak on that. Like, I don't know. I'm talking about older people that pass away. Because let's say I've experienced that with my aunts and my grandparents and all that. I've already experienced that. So I know that celebrating their life is something that should be done. Now, as far as losing a child, I don't even want to speak on that because I don't know how that affects you.
Well, I'll tell you from my own experience, when my little brother Jordan died, right? My little brother died. It's fucking hard, man. I mean, like you said, it's a little kid. It's a little different than somebody that's 80. You know, there is a different thing on the morning right there, but I don't know, man. I think some people really do get stuck, and they just can't get out of it, and then they start to like do drugs or they eat or they, you know. To me, food addiction is one of the biggest addictions that people have.
Oh, dude, I'm addicted to food.
Dude, I am too, but not to the point where I'm going to blow up.
No.
You know what I mean?
Well, I know where my limits are. I was like, fuck, I can't eat ice cream this week because I can't even tie my shoes.
Well, like when you do meth, right? You could tell people are fucked up on meth. You take a picture of them, and then 5 years later, you take a picture of them. You see what's happening. It's the same thing with people that are addicted to food. They were like 200 pounds, and 5 years later, they're 300 pounds, and 5 years later, they're 400 pounds. It's an ongoing process of addiction, man, but we're totally getting off the point of fucking mourning.
Mourning. Somebody who's lived a life and should be celebrated.
Well, and that's my point on it. I would just want to end on that point is that personally, for myself, the way it is, I am usually happy. There are some instances where you're sad and you got to cry and you got to mourn and do that kind of stuff. But when I really think about it and when I talk to God, I'm like, you know, you got somebody else up there with you. The only other way I could see is if you're thinking, man, that guy didn't go to heaven. That guy probably didn't make it to heaven. So then I could be sad because, you know.
You know, my grandfather died, last year? And he wanted to die. He kept talking about it. I'm ready to die. I'm tired of this life. And when he died, you know, driving home by myself, I shed a tear because, I mean, my grandpa had a big influence on my life. Like, always, I mean, I was one of his probably closest friends because he didn't have friends. He was the only person he felt comfortable was me that he's talking about. So I shed a tear, but it didn't fucking... My grandmother, who was married to him for like 65 years, right? When he died, he was in the room, and I had came over. He was still in the room, and she goes, she waited to call the ambulance because she wanted to make sure he was dead because he wanted to die. She was like, I didn't want him to revive him because he wanted to go. And she told the people, the paramedics that, and the police, yeah, he wanted to go, so I made sure he was dead before I called you guys. Like, it was time for him to go. And, you know, she misses him, but she, like, I love her attitude about it. It was like, he lived a full life. He was, at that point, he wasn't the same person I married. He was, like, taking medication. He was losing it. Like, she was like, it was time for him to go. I love that attitude. Like, that's awesome. Like, and I thought the same thing. My grandfather was ready to go. He was done. He was ready to go. There's nothing for him more to do. Like, we had a little party at the house, just a small family, and that was it. We moved on.
Had a gal, and this gal, I've talked about her before, this older black lady in Elk Grove. Her husband got up every morning. He cooked bacon and eggs, toast for her every morning. Mm-hmm. She got up one morning. She didn't smell the bacon. She goes into the kitchen. He's laying on the floor, and she looked at him. She goes, "Did you die on me? Did you die?"
How long they been together?
40 years, whatever, you know. And her faith in God was so, it's just so strong. And I'm sitting there thinking maybe she's a little crazy or something because she acted this way. But after my conversation with her and I'm thinking about it in the truck after all, I was like, man, she just has total faith in God.
Yeah.
This lady wasn't upset or nothing. Her husband had passed away. He's laying dead on the kitchen floor. And she was just so good with God, man.
That God wanted him to go and it was time to take him.
It didn't affect her at all, man. I mean, she did go get a dog. She got a dog for companionship.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, man, totally blown away because my faith isn't that strong, man. I cry. My first reaction is to cry. Mm-hmm. Where if my faith wasn't in question, my reaction would be more like hers. It would be like, "Oh, Michelle, you're dead. Oh, all right."
But I think I think if it happened now, yeah, you would be like, that's my partner. I'd be upset. But
Yeah.
I'd probably at that age when they're older, you're like, okay, it's time to go now. There's like, because I've heard people say, well, my parents pass away, and these are people in their 50s. I'm gonna lose it. Like, but your parents are like 80. Like,
Yeah.
like, you're just lucky they live this long. Like when you lose a parent, like when my mom died, she was like 45 or something like that. Like you like, gosh, she didn't get to see my wife or my kids. Like I always get bummed out about it a little bit, but they're talking about people who got to see their grandchildren grow, their great grandchildren. Like, at what point do you stop mourning? It's like, yeah, we got lucky. We had him this long.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's close out, figure out. Let's get some.
We're right at an hour.
What do you want to go with?
Finish up.
How about John Wick, dude?
I don't want to put no spoilers out
Yeah,
there.
don't put it out there. But I like how I was saying.
Unless you want me to, I'll tell you the whole fucking from beginning to end.
No, well, when it first came out, we were at. I remember we were at this Halloween thing in Sacramento where you go to different haunted houses and stuff at Cal Expo.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty cool, but they were giving out John Wick shirts, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Well, I didn't even go see the movie, but it came out. And when I watched it, I told you I've watched the movie like 11 times now, sincerely. And I've counted how many kills there are and all that. It was a badass movie. Then when John Wick 2 came out, I was like, oh, shit, this is pretty good. But to me, it wasn't as good as the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So now that the third one's out, I'm fucking, oh.
You're excited.
But what I'm waiting for is the prequel. Like, how did he become John Wick? You see what I'm saying? How did he meet his wife? How did he fall in love with her? You know, how did he learn how to fucking fight and shoot and kill people with pencils and shit like that, dude?
You know what's funny is they're talking about it during the movie. It's all about a fucking dog. It's all about the dog.
Yeah. It really is, though. But I seen the little gray pit bulls in the third one.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen there was some other dogs in there, too.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know, man. I think it's going to be a good franchise. And I think there's probably at least 2 prequels left. You said there's probably going to be a number 4.
No, there is be a number 4.
Yeah.
There will be a number 4.
Because I've been piecing it together through the first 2 ones about kind of what's going on.
And there's not too many movies that have part 1, part 2, part 3 that I really follow.
Yeah.
You lose after about the second one, you start losing interest in it.
Like Fast and Furious.
I don't think I've ever even watched one of them.
Dude, I've watched a couple and they were all right. If you like cars, they were all right.
Yeah, I've never been really into that. I mean, Star Wars, yeah. Empire, or not, Temple of Doom.
Yeah, Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
followed that.
they're always good, dude. Indiana
Even
Jones
The
is
Godfather, like, The Godfather 3 is not as good to me as like Godfather 2 or 1.
good. Yeah.
You know, it kind of fell off.
The trilogy's hard to hold. Lethal Weapon, there's another one. I'm trying to think. Vacation. Vacation's got a bunch of movies.
I don't know.
Oh, the horror movies. Look at the Freddy movies, the Jason movies, the Halloween movies.
Yeah, I fell off of those. I didn't even watch them all.
Dude, so I bought Halloween, the Rob Zombie one, the other night, just a couple nights ago. Dude, he's so much better of a director and a fucking.
I was watching the one Rob Zombie movie last night.
1,000 Corpses.
No, the other one with the fucking crazy clown. And
The Crazies.
Yeah, no, not the Crazies.
31.
There was the clown face. It was the crazy people that were fucking killing those people.
In the Funhouse and all that.
Yeah, Rob Zombie was in it. He was in it too. He directed it and he was in it.
Yeah.
I was watching that last night. He's a pretty good director.
He does pretty good, man. I mean, you took filmmaking with me, dude. We learned about fucking choker close-ups and pan shots. And
Yeah, I didn't pay too much attention.
what, dude? I still fucking review movies when I watch them like I'm in filmmaking, dude.
But when black and white movies come in, I'll give them my analysis. I'll like, on this rear window and fucking all the
Hitchcocks.
Yeah, we watched those. It's like, yeah, this is actually what they meant by it. Like, I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Because we watched them in class, dude.
But you ready to go?
Well, what's up? We're there?
Yeah.
All right, man. So don't forget to hit subscribe. Please just share the video with some friends. And we got a marketing or a brand thing coming up where we're thinking about going to motherfuckers as opposed to Fellas 92. But we'll see how that goes, man. And I hope. Thank you. Have a good week. God bless you.